Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today is hashtag Tag Me Tuesday, and we're going to be using a 12 by 12 paper pad. I bought this one at Walmart, and I'm sure that a lot of you have something similar. And what I mean by similar is the pages inside here, they are fairly lightweight, and they're only printed on one side. That's what we're going to be using today. And let's see here. Maybe let's use a pink one. Oh, that one's awful pretty. This is a beautiful paper pad. Seriously. If it is called Ruby, Roobee by Mara-Mi. I just think it's gorgeous. All right, so we're going to make these right here. You can get 2 of them out of one sheet. This one, I made my own tags, so you could do that too. You don't have to have a digital printer or a printer to have digitals. You can make all of it out of your paper pad. And I also like these because you can either pop them into a pocket or a belly band, or you could put a hinge on one side and hinge it out on a page, or you could glue down 2 sides and use it as another tuck spot right here. I just lightly decorated this one with a butterfly. I have sewn around the edges of this one. On this one, I have not sewn around the edges. You can see what that looks like. I'll remove the tags here so you can see what this looks like. This one is sewn, this one is not. They're both absolutely adorable. You don't have to sew to do this project. Sewing just gives another layer. All right, so we've got my tags in there. These tags that I've placed in this piece of ephemera is from Chapter 1 papers. This one I also sewn around the edge. I put a little satin bow, a label, and some lace trim. All right, so let's get to making these. How do we make these, Cathy? Let me show you. My 12 by 12 paper doesn't exactly fit under my camera, but we're going to fold it in half. It doesn't matter what side you fold because it's a 12 by 12, giving it a nice crease. Now, I don't have my large guillotine here. I have my medium guillotine, but I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut off the fold. So I'm just going to cut a sliver. Oops. Whoops. Yeah, I missed my guillotine. My great big one's out in the studio. Alrighty, there we go. Now you have 2 pieces. And like I said, you can make 2. So let's just take one right here and let's fold it in half this way. Now I have one left over from that blue one. Let's go ahead and let's fold this one too. Just like this. Give it a crease. Now I'm going to open it up and I am going to apply my Yoo-Hoo glue stick right here, and I'm going to glue this shut. Just like that. I'm going to sew the pink one, so I'm not going to use my wet glue around the edge. I will just use my Yoo-Hoo glue stick on this one. And then on this one, well, I might do the same. I might just use this. And the reason why is because when I use my wet glue and then I start folding right away, yeah, things get kind of, they don't become straight anymore. It alters. And so I'm just going to stick with that. Now, if I wasn't going to sew, I most definitely would take my wet glue before I put the two pieces together, and I would go around the edge because, well, my experience with glue sticks is they don't hold that well over time. All right, so now we look like this. So we have double-sided. And someone's going to ask me what size this is. This is about 6 inches by 6 inches, so it's a nice square. We're going to fold it in half. So once again, it doesn't matter because it's 6 by 6, but we're going to fold it in half and give it a nice crease. I'm going to bring in my bone folder. I laid it right over here. And I'm going to do the same thing for this one. All right. Now I like to look at my paper because we're going to be folding this corner. And when we fold this corner down, it's going to expose what's over here. We fold this corner down, it's going to expose what's over here. Well, I think that's really pretty. It has a little bit more color going on. So let's do that. Let's fold this corner. I'll do it this way. Let's fold this corner down. And you're folding it right before the fold that you made in half. That way it's not going to bind at all. And it'll be just like that. Oh, that's pretty. Now let's look at this one. Let's see, which way? Oh, I like that. So let's take this. We're going to fold this corner down. Here's my crease line. I know it's probably very difficult to see, but we're going to fold this down. But I'm not going to fold it right on the crease because I want to be able to fold this and not have it bind. Okay, so now it looks just like that. The next thing is we're going to bring the bottom up, and we're going to bring it up about 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to talk to the paper and see if I can get it to bend without binding. That's pretty good right there. Let's give that a crease. If you find that this back piece is a little higher than this front piece, you can take your scissors and just trim it. There we go. Oh, that is super cute. Now let's do the same here. Let's fold this up about 1.5 inches. Trying to get this folded so it's a little too much. Right about right there. There we go. All right, now this one has a little bit more sticking up from the back, so I'm using my front piece, and that's how I'm trimming it, by using my front. All right, super cute. Now we're going to sew one and we're not going to sew the other one. So I'm going to take it to the machine, and what I want to do is I'm going to open it up, and I am going to sew right across here, and I'm going to sew right across here. And then I'm going to fold it back together like this, and then I'm going to sew all the way around. This one will glue shut. All right, so I have sewn around the edges of this one, and this one I'm going to glue. But before I glue, I'm going to use my frayed burlap, and I'm going to go around the edge just like this and just highlight the folded areas. All right, now let's bring in our glue. I'm going to be using my art glitter glue. First, I'm going to glue this right here at the bottom. So adding my glue, and then I'm going to glue this together right here. And then I'm going to glue right here. Glue that shut. And then I'm going to glue this part shut. Just like that. Now I'm going to grab a couple of paper clips just to hold this closed so that it will grab a hold while we're decorating our pink one. But as you can see, it's going to be just as cute whether you sew or you don't sew. I have a little dish here, and I also have some velvet ribbon. I thought this velvet ribbon would be very pretty right here. To get this glued down, I'm going to bring in my hot glue gun. It's a Sure Bonder high temp with that special little tip. It came with that tip, you guys. I didn't add the tip on later. Now, I like to use my hot glue gun because it's instant. It's not going to move on me as I continue to do my video here. That's very pretty on there. I've got a butterfly. I have a little label right here. I'd like to stick that maybe underneath like this, possibly. I need some kind of bling, don't I, guys? Ooh, I need some bling. Do I? I thought I had, yes, I have a little bit of bling in here. So, goodness gracious. Okay, I had the hardest time turning that flat back pearl over. I'm going to add my butterfly onto my label first, like this. And then I'm going to glue this down with my art glitter glue, like this. About that. That's cute. And then a little bit of the hot glue and my little pearl. Oh my goodness, that is going to be adorable. And how about just a few little journaling cards? Super cute, super easy. Here's the blue one. Let's decorate this blue one up. I have a little bit of this lace right here. I think I want to put it on the bottom this time. So pop it on the bottom, just like that. And then let's use a little bit of this lace. And how about a label? Let's pop the label on first. So adding my glue to my label. Whoopsie. Let's get it on there like that. And then let's add a little bit of glue there. And then I'm going to just squish this on just to give it a little bit of movement. And then we'll get a little bit more glue right here so it doesn't stick up, just like that. Okay, and I think I want this blue, either that or I want this button. Oh, how about let's do the button? That's pretty cute. Let's pop that button right on there like that. And I've got a couple of journaling tags from Chapter 1 papers. This one's a little bit long, so we can just shorten it up and pop it in there. Oh my goodness. You guys, you can do so much with this, whether you use it as a tag and pop it into a pocket, or you put that hinge on the edge, or maybe you glue it down on the two sides and make another tuck spot. Either way, it's going to be absolutely adorable, and you can use up those 12 by 12 paper pads. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.